Welcome to the Learning Curriculum for QuickApps for Office 365. In this session, you'll learn to aggregate content from multiple SharePoint lists using the QuickApps qListView app and then create a multi-level grouping. qListView app allows you to aggregate data from multiple lists across different SharePoint sites in a number of ways. Define lists that you want to aggregate individually or aggregate data of specific lists in a centralized list. Now let's aggregate data from multiple SharePoint lists. Ensure different lists already exist either in the current site or across different sites and subsites. In this case, we'll be using North Zone from our current site. The qListView app is already added to this page. Begin by clicking the Build button. The primary content screen displays. Here you need to configure all the SharePoint lists whose content you want to aggregate. Configure each list one by one. Copy the page URL right from here. Now we have to configure Viewed List. Click Edit. Now there you can see all the lists displayed over here from your current site. Select the list North Zone and click OK button. This returns us back to the primary content screen. Now add another list by clicking Add List button. This can be from different site or subsite. Let's copy the URL and select the list from different site. Click Get List, and there you can see all the list. Select your second list, South Zone, and click OK. Now both lists have been added. Save the configuration. This returns us back to the primary content screen. Now select the fields in the list you want to display. Click Edit button. Here you can view all the fields that can be displayed from the selected lists. Select the required fields and click OK once you're done. Now click Save to save your data aggregation configuration and complete the aggregation process. See how with just a few clicks, you can aggregate data from different lists, and that too without coding. Now you can see data on this page. Next we'll see how multi-level grouping can be achieved. Grouping enables logically combining data for categorization as per specific business requirements. Native SharePoint only enables you to group data up to 2 levels. However, qListView app allows you to define grouping up to the nth level. Let us continue with the previous scenario where data has been aggregated from multiple SharePoint lists. Click to open the menu. Click Easy Edit from the grid toolbar to access the primary content screen. Now click Edit for the Display Fields configuration. The Display Field screen shows. Next, click Edit for the specific field whose attribute needs to be configured for grouping data. Now we'll try to apply grouping based on different zone. I click on Edit button and I will select Group Function. You can select the sorting the grouping in ascending or descending order. You can have grouping in expanded format. Repeat the previous steps to define the next logical level of grouping as required. In this case, I will select based on year. I will repeat the same process for grouping and save the configuration. Once you're done, click OK. Multi-level grouping is now defined, and the page displays data grouped as per the defined grouping configuration. Let's save it. Any aggregate attribute defined for grouping displays on the group header. See how easy it is to group data to the nth level using qListView. The data can be seen over here in different zones and years. In this particular session, you've learned how qListView app can be used to aggregate data from different sites. Hope you will use these useful qListView features to support specific business needs. Thank you.